Hello, and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. The constant sense of what could have been is one factor that contributes to the show's addictive nature. Every season, at least a few players leave the game before they ever get a chance to fully show their strategic or social potential. Sometimes it's bad luck, sometimes it's a tribe mismatch, and sometimes it's a medical evacuation. The Survivor contestants stood out as players who, in the eyes of many fans, were all eliminated far too soon. 1. Francesca Hogi, Redemption Island, and Caramoan. One of the castaways on Survivor is Francesca Hogi, and she has a record. For her, though, it's not one you want to be linked to. She is the only contestant on the show to be voted out first in 2 separate seasons. Even though she was eliminated quickly, her supporters like to argue that her strategic instincts were sharp and that she correctly read the dynamics of the tribe. If only she had made it past the first tribal council, she might have shown that she was a good player. Philippines' Zane Knight. Zane Knight's run on Survivor Philippines was short and chaotic, yet oddly fascinating. Knight took a very unconventional strategy, asking to be voted out in an attempt to gain trust from his tribe members. This strategy not only confused viewers, but it also confused his tribe. Zane told his tribe members that he was the reason they lost the first immunity challenge and to vote him out. It was all a ruse, though, as he was trying to determine who liked him. The tribe followed his request, and he was the first castaway voted out that season. Many Survivor fans think he could have fixed things if given the chance. In addition, this unpredictable approach could have made him a memorable wild card deeper into the game. 3. Jatia Taylor, Cagayan. Jatia Taylor's treatment of the tribe resulted in one of the most infamous episodes of Survivor history. Taylor was all alone at camp before a tribal council. She dumped the majority of the tribe's bag of rice into the fire because she was afraid she would lose the election that night. Yes, it wasn't a smart move, but who wouldn't want drama of that kind to continue? Her tribe members did, as they still kept her for 2 more tribal councils before she was voted off. Jatia was intelligent despite this move. However, many fans think she could have made it further if her tribe hadn't imploded. 4. Jake Latimer, Season 49. If there was ever a contestant who looked like he could make it far on Survivor, it was Jake Latimer from Season 49. Every challenge he participated in was a failure for his tribe. Jake was a standout, and fans thought his strength would take him far. However, he was bitten by a snake while lying on the beach during Week 3 and had to be medically evaluated. Although Jake was able to be at home for the birth of his son, many fans thought it was too soon for him to return. Now we are all waiting for producers to bring him back for another go. 5. Jenny Kim, 42nd Survivor. Jenny Kim's elimination on Survivor 42 is one of the most debated early eliminations in this new era. There were many factors in play for this Week 3 Tribal Council. Kim's tribe went to Tribal Council, and 2 of the 6 members lost their vote for various penalties. That meant only 4 could vote, and the 4 were split between Jenny and another contestant. They did revotes and were ready to draw rocks, but one of her tribe members agreed to vote Kim out rather than do rocks. Many believe that she could have used her strong social connections and calm strategic presence to advance in the game. Yes, early eliminations are part of Survivor's unpredictability. They're also what fuel endless fan debates. Fans were left wondering how their seasons would have changed if these castaways had just lasted a little longer. Outwit, outplay, outlast. It's a catchphrase for the reality show Survivor, which has been pushing the boundaries of human endurance, strategy, and social dynamics for more than 2 decades. While some players cement their legacies as iconic winners, fan favorites, or master strategists, others leave us scratching our heads.
Castaways whose potential and charm were cut short, leaving a tantalizing "what if" lingering long after their departure. Here are 5 Survivor castaways who were eliminated far too soon. 1. Survivor Philippines, Season 25. Denise Stapley. Denise Stapley's story almost didn't make it that far, despite the fact that she is often cited as one of the greatest winners. Denise was an early target because she struggled to form strong alliances in Survivor Philippines. Yet she demonstrated resilience, wit, and a tenacity that few contestants could match. Fans who watched her journey were initially frustrated at her precarious position in the early days, wondering why someone so capable at challenges and socially astute was at risk. The stark reminder that even the most formidable players aren't safe in the chaotic early tribal councils came from Denise's early attempt at elimination. Had she been eliminated too soon, we would have missed witnessing her incredible rise to become one of the few female winners who dominated without overtly manipulating the jury. 2. David Wright, Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X, Season 33. David Wright was an instant fan favorite on Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X. He had the tools to go deep in the game, including a quirky personality, strategic insight, and a charming underdog charm. David, on the other hand, was isolated at first and was targeted by players who perceived him as a social danger. Fans were shocked when he was kicked out because he had formed strong bonds and was intuitively understanding alliance dynamics, which could have made him a long-term player. Many viewers lamented his early departure, believing that David could have become a master strategist if given just a few more episodes to navigate the shifting tides of the game. His departure is still a prime example of how the erratic social politics of Survivor can eliminate potential stars before they have a chance to shine. 3. Siri Fields, Survivor Panama, Season 12. One of the most storied Survivor players who has never won is Siri Fields. Her first season, Panama, Exile Island, perfectly exemplifies the pain of being eliminated too quickly. Siri was charismatic, intelligent, and endlessly strategic, capable of turning the tides of the game with subtle social manipulation. Yet, despite her brilliance, she fell victim to a tribe dynamic and timing that simply didn't favor her. Siri's departure, which occurred just before the final tribal councils, left viewers grieving the loss of a potential winner. She has been praised over the years for her ability to play the game with finesse and grace, demonstrating that the best players are sometimes remembered for their brilliance in truncated doses rather than for winning. 4. Survivor Philippines, Season 25. Abby Maria Gomez. Abby Maria Gomez is one of Survivor's most polarizing figures. Her fiery temper, unapologetic demeanor, and unpredictable behavior made her both a threat and a fan favorite. Despite Abby Maria's potential to disrupt the game in unique ways, Philippines saw her eliminated fairly quickly. Her strategic boldness and ability to dominate social interactions made her a force that could disrupt alliances and reshape the season's narrative. Many fans felt she was eliminated too soon, robbed of the opportunity to fully unleash her unique gameplay. Her early exit serves as a reminder that Survivor's unpredictability often penalizes players who are too bold or polarizing, even if they could have changed the course of the season entirely. 5. Wu Huang, Survivor Cambodia, Season 31. Wu Huang's stint on Survivor Cambodia was both entertaining and frustrating for fans. Known for his goofy charm, physical prowess, and undeniable likability, Wu quickly became a fan favorite. However, despite his strong social game and loyalty to his alliances, he was blindsided in an early vote that left viewers incredulous. Wu's elimination felt premature, as his strategic thinking and challenge strength positioned him as a potential threat to go far, or even to win. Fans still debate what might have happened if Wu had survived a few more tribal councils, imagining a season where his charisma and strategic instincts could have taken him all the way to the finals. Why some players leave too soon? The survivor jury is ruthless, and early exits are often the result of a perfect storm, poor timing, unpredictable twists, or simply being too threatening too early. Fans grow attached to players not just because of their gameplay, but also because of their personalities, relatability, or entertainment value. When someone with potential is eliminated too soon, it leaves an indelible mark, creating a lingering sense of loss and endless speculation. What could have been? Even though many viewers thought these 5 castaways should have gone home earlier, their legacy lives on. They remind us that in Survivor, success isn't always measured by winning, it's measured by leaving a lasting impression. Denise Stapley, David Wright, Siri Fields, Abby Maria
Survivor
Gomez
is a game of strategy, endurance, and social maneuvering where even the strongest, smartest, and most entertaining players aren't guaranteed a long stay. Fans are left to speculate about what might have happened if some castaways had stayed around for a bit longer. These 5 players had the potential to go far but were sent home before their stories were fully told. They were game-changing strategists and fan favorites. 1. David Wright, Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X. David Wright quickly became a fan favorite on Millennials vs. Gen X. Viewers wanted to see more of him because of his relatable personality, quirky humor, and strategic insights. Despite building strong bonds and showing early strategic promise, David was voted out far earlier than many expected. It was surprising that he was eliminated because he could have played a significant role in forming alliances and influencing votes in later stages. Fans often cite David as one of those underrated players who might have gone deep if circumstances had been slightly different, highlighting how Survivor's unpredictability can cut down promising castaways before their skills can shine. 2. Siri Fields, Survivor Panama Season 12. Siri Fields' debut in Panama, Exile Island, demonstrated her natural strategic brilliance, and she is widely regarded as one of the greatest players to never win Survivor. She was a master of subtle manipulation and social gameplay, effortlessly reading others and positioning herself advantageously. She was still eliminated just short of the final tribal councils, which shocked and disappointed fans. Siri's early exit is often cited in discussions about missed opportunities, as her ability to navigate complex social dynamics could have carried her all the way to the end. Even though she was only on the island for a short time, her presence left an indelible mark and established her as a legendary figure in the Survivor community. 3. Survivor Philippines Season 25. Abby Maria Gomez. One of the most divisive characters in Survivor history is Abby Maria Gomez. Her fiery personality, intense competitiveness, and unpredictable behavior made her both a threat and a fan favorite. On Philippines, she was eliminated earlier than many expected, cutting short what could have been a season-defining gameplay. Abby Maria had the ability to shake up alliances and alter the course of the game, but her confrontational style may have accelerated her departure. Fans often debate how far she could have gone had she tempered her approach slightly or survived a few more tribal councils, proving that Survivor can sometimes punish bold and polarizing players before they reach their full potential. 4. Wu Huang, Survivor Cambodia Season 31. Though brief, Wu Huang's time on Survivor Cambodia will always be remembered. Known for his physical strength, loyalty, and comedic charm, Wu quickly became a favorite among viewers. He was likable and had the ability to make strong strategic moves, but he was caught off guard early, leaving fans wondering what could have been. The demise of Wu was a classic illustration of how alliances and timing can profoundly alter a player's trajectory, regardless of their skill or popularity. Although brief, his performance displayed the kind of energy and adaptability that could have carried him all the way through the game and possibly even to the final tribal council. 5. Survivor Nicaragua Season 21. Shane Powers. On Survivor Nicaragua, Shane Powers was a fiery and unpredictable character.
He was both entertaining and strategically dangerous because of his daring play, strong opinions, and confrontational style. Shane's early elimination shocked many viewers who were captivated by his charisma and unpredictability. While his gameplay was polarizing, he could be a challenge to his own alliance. There was no denying his potential to influence the direction of the game dramatically. Fans still discuss what might have happened if Shane had lasted longer, imagining the chaos and excitement he could have brought to the late game stages. Why some players leave too soon. Elimination is frequently more about timing, perception, and alliances than it is about strength or strategy in Survivor. Early losers frequently possess the characteristics of great winners, such as charisma, intelligence, physical skill, and strategic insight. However, blindsides, poorly moved moves, or shifting tribal dynamics can send even the most promising players packing due to the game's unpredictability. When fans see players with immense potential leave early, it creates a sense of loss and curiosity. If they had just made it through a few more tribal councils, what would have happened? What would have changed about the alliances? Could they have won the game? These questions keep fans engaged and spark conversation long after the season is over. Longevity versus legacy. While none of these 5 castaways won their respective seasons, or in some cases didn't make it far enough to claim jury influence, they left a lasting impression. More than just winning, the show's moments, strategies, and personalities are what make it so compelling. David Wright's underdog charm, Siri Field's strategic brilliance, Abby Maria Gomez's fiery energy, Wu Huang's loyal adaptability, and Shane Power's unpredictability are all reminders that short-lived gameplay can be just as memorable as a championship run. Their stories highlight one of the enduring appeals of Survivor, its unpredictability. No matter how skilled or likable a player is, anything can happen on the island. However, despite their early elimination, these castaways have maintained their place in the hearts of fans, demonstrating that an individual's impact is not solely determined by how long they last, but rather by the impression they leave behind. In conclusion, Survivor thrives on unpredictability and drama, and early eliminations are a big part of that. While it's heartbreaking to see promising players leave too soon, these 5 castaways remind us that even a short time on the island can create unforgettable moments. Fans continue to celebrate David Wright, Siri Fields, Abby Maria Gomez, Wu Huang, and Shane Powers, keeping alive the tantalizing what-if of their shortened journeys. In the world of Survivor, no exit is insignificant. Sometimes the briefest appearances leave the biggest impact.